Yo, what's up, everybody? Peacock here in Singapore, and it's Friday. It's finally Friday. It's June 6th? No, 7th. See, I don't even know what day it is. It's June 7th, and it is about 9:30 in the morning. I had an interview scheduled earlier today, but it kind of fell through, which is not a problem. He'll reschedule, but it kind of gave me a pocket of time where I could sit down, reflect, and see if I can get some things going. So I want to talk to you a little bit about what's been going on with me. So I had this great big plan, right, for June, and I wanted to do a vlog. I wanted to do this, that, and the other. I wanted to go out and enjoy life, show baby girl that she can do so much in her day if she just wakes up on time. Because when it's a holiday, we tend to sleep in and kind of lays around the house, right? Because we slept in, we eat late, we don't get as much done. By the time we have breakfast, it's almost lunchtime, and lunch is like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and then dinner, yeah, everything's kind of like skewed from there, right? But that isn't to say that I made those plans with empty intentions. I had every intention of keeping to my word and doing all of those things, but as luck would have it, life happens when you plan things. So I'm very grateful. I don't get to see my mom very often, and especially after the Colombo bombings, I'm very, very grateful to have her in the house. She's hanging out with us, and obviously the dynamic between us is very different. So when I'm around her, it's a little bit more about her. It's like, you serve your elders, you make sure you're around for them, you take care of them. It kind of boils down to chilling and eating. That's pretty much all we do. But that also is not conducive to a good work environment, and I'm trying really hard to make sure that I still get things done. So luckily for me, I still have my challenge going on. I still have to check in at 10 o'clock every day to make sure my group is finding that the work assignments that I've given them is fairly decent. It's not too much for them to take in, and they're not like freaking out about stuff, right? So I wanted to make sure that I work around my work schedule, at least get the bare minimum in while I take care of my mom and hang out with her and everything. But I will not sit here and tell you that everything's peachy and I feel great and my business is still going strong. My business will always be there, but my business is a direct reflection of how much effort I put in every day. And you'll notice the amount of time I spent posting, interacting, getting in touch with new people, reaching out to people is far less now than it was before. And yes, I've been coming and going a lot for a little while now, but that doesn't have it does have its drawbacks, right? So the more I'm in touch with me, the more I do my work, the more I enjoy my work and get feedback from people and interact with other similar accounts with a similar message, the stronger my vision is, the stronger my belief in myself is. But as luck would have it, when these things just kind of pop up in your life, I put my business and it takes a back seat. It shouldn't, but it does. Because I haven't gotten to a place yet where I'm automated, where everything kind of happens like clockwork and I just have to pop by and check in on things every so often. I haven't created a system or a process on the back end that will make sure my email marketing goes out without a hitch. You all know I've been having trouble with MailChimp, and and I'm not in the habit of creating content ahead of time, which I should be. But that also means that in the moment, whatever I feel, I put my whole heart and soul into the post. So today I titled this podcast "Leaving Reminders." At least I think that's what I named it. Anyway, I realize that along the way, over the last 6 years that I've been here in Singapore, that I have liked things, shared things, bought things, saved things, and all of them have something to do with the way I feel about emotion and life in general. So today I was browsing through my Kindle. I was sent a request by a friend of mine who has a book club, and she is looking to focus on a book called You Are a Badass. I think this, yeah. Anyway, so I was looking through my Kindle to see if I'd already bought it, because I think I had. And yes, sure enough, it was there in my library. But I was scrolling through, I noticed a book called the Handbook of Strategic Intervention. Now, for those of you who don't know, several years ago, I made this brilliant mistake of getting a credit card. And once I got the credit card, the reason I got the credit card is because I really wanted to do this course. The course is by Tony Robbins and Chloe Madanes, and it's called the Strategic Intervention course basically. And actually it's called Robbins Madonna's Training, but it's basically based on all of his work as a strategic interventionist, which is why he can go ahead and get into a crowd of several thousand people, pick out a couple people, and have transformations right away, because he has those hard questions that he asks. And yes, that's part of what I want to do as well. I wanted to learn how he does those things and why he does those things, because he hits the nail on the head every single time. And for me, I hit it most days, but sometimes when I have stubborn clients, it's all I can do to hold my tongue, because I'm afraid of hurting them while I ask these tough questions. So I got to grow a thicker skin, obviously. But what I'm coming around to say is, I was looking for a book for a book club, and I stumbled across another book I'd already bought. Recently, anagrams have been popping up, and other coaching techniques, and I don't know anything about anagrams. So I had been looking for books on enneagrams, and Chloe Madonis and her daughters, Magali Pesha and another young lady whose name I can't pronounce, unfortunately, they had also written books on enneagram coaching. And it just so happened that along with the strategic intervention handbook that I found in my Kindle, I had found two samples that I had downloaded from two books on enneagram coaching and intuitive coaching. And I thought that was really interesting, because of late, since my mom has come back home, I have been doubting whether or not I can actually do this as a coach. Because everything I've said before, and that's normal. I'm supposed to say them over and over again, because that's my motto, my creed, right? This is how I live. But sometimes when you don't get much of a response from people, you tend to doubt yourself. Not doubt the people or doubt your marketing, you doubt yourself. And it was one of those situations lately that I've been wondering, am I even capable of creating a course? Do I even know enough to be able to create enough content for a course? Can I deliver effectively so that people really walk away with, wow, I got a lot from that, which means that I'm justified in charging the price that I want to charge. So all those things are connected, right? Building a course is something new to me. Obviously, the challenge has been something new to me. I've actually have never put out a challenge before. So that was a great learning curve, but there's not a lot of risk in putting out a challenge, because technically it's a free challenge. A challenge, if y'all have not noticed, is meant to be a funnel into paid products. And I like the fact that there are challenges, because it helps me join into other people's work and see what they're doing and see if I can learn something new as well. I'm always looking for new content. I'm always looking for new ways to see things, because the more I understand about the world around me, the more effective I am at relating my message to you. So suffice it to say that this book club request kind of set my world spinning back towards the message that I have for myself. And I found reminders that I've been leaving all over the place for me. And whether I knew it was going to be a reminder or not, I'm not sure. But things that I bought in the moment and posts that I saved in the moment, because it resonated very, very well with me at the time. So I want you to notice that as you go through life, you tend to save things that you really love. When we were growing up, it used to be magazine clippings, right? You used to clip an article out of a magazine or a quiz or, makeup tips, whatever the case would have been. You save all of those things. Let me tell you, I have a box under my bed right now with clippings from magazines from years and years of collecting stuff, because I thought they were very, very important to me. Things that I save, I get newsletters in the mail still from the government, and every so often you get a it's like a pamphlet called Choices, and it gives you what's going on in the community at the moment. And I remember when I was creating the freebie for the Business Mastery Summit that I came across one of those Choices pamphlets, and flipping through it, I realized that our government is offering a discount on emotional intelligence courses for business owners. And I thought that was really neat. And the fact that they broke it down for why emotional intelligence was so important really kind of stuck with me. So I saved that too. So as you go through life, you'll notice that there are things that you've done years before. It could be memories from Facebook. It could be stuff you've collected that are physical, like, magazine clippings, newspaper articles, stuff like that. Or it could be something you downloaded, something you signed up for. And you'll notice that when you need inspiration the most. And when you open and you ask the universe to deliver, help me, I'm lost, I need a sign, I need something, those things will pop back up for you. So as long as you're true to yourself, as long as you love what you do, as long as you keep on saving things and collecting things and downloading things, when you need them, they will be there. The ideal thing would be you download it and you use it right away, but that's not what we do, is it? We hoard. We actually collect things because you never know when you might need it or whatever. So I need to be grateful for the things that I've collected over the years, because in those moments when I'm not sure of myself, and they happen every so often. I mean, I have moments where I'm not sure of myself as a mom. I'm not sure of myself as a hairstylist because I do my daughter's hair. I'm not sure of myself as a cook. Let me tell you, when I cook sometimes, for some reason, it could be the same recipe over and over again, but something will happen and it just doesn't work out. So I fail a lot, and I'm okay with that. But I also have those moments when I fail over and over again, and suddenly I'm questioning everything about me. And that's when these little reminders that are hidden throughout my life, hidden throughout my computer, hidden throughout my room in my house, those things help. Another thing that I actually rely on is the fact that I've done so many interviews with so many people. And right now I'm curating a list of interviews that I've done and some that are still to come that I'm trying to send to South Africa for a conference. And as I listen through these, I hear nuggets that I've dropped for somebody else, and they become, you know, little lights of inspiration for myself. In other cases, I've been interviewed by somebody else, and I'm featured on one of their podcasts or one of their channels. And going back to listen to those things, I re-inspire myself sometimes. I've said all these things. I was brilliant in that moment, and somehow it came back to serve me. So don't lose heart when you find yourself lost. Don't start panicking. Don't decide to quit everything in the moment. Take a breath and go back through. Just scroll mindlessly and see what pops out to you, because those are all reminders for you. If you've noticed, there's a lot of AI in the algorithm when it comes to social media. The things you like are notated. The things you don't like or you block or you remove, they're also notated. So if you notice, your explore feed on Instagram, for example, is a collection of things that you're generally interested in. I noticed this because there was a time where I was really, really interested in fitness, and when I went to explore, there was a lot of fitness stuff on there. But lately, because my brother's wedding is coming up, I've been looking at Indian clothes and Indian fashion and what's like the coolest way to wear a sari, like the most modern way to do these things. And suddenly my feed has changed. I don't see that much fitness anymore. I see a lot more Indian cultural stuff. So pay attention. Everything is lined up to serve you. You just have to be ready to ask with an open heart, and then ready to receive with an open heart. So these reminders that I leave behind for myself serve me when I need it most. When I don't have someone that I can call, when I don't know if I want to continue where I'm going. Those things are all strategically placed by me earlier in my life, whether I knew it or not. And when I'm ready, it's there. So keep your chin up. Don't lose heart. Keep going. You have this dream for a reason. Things turn your head for a reason. Everything leads up to something big. You just got to keep believing and keep going. I'm not going to lie. I was really worried about whether I should hang this whole thing up and get a job. But I can always get a job. And I know that that job will be someone else's dream, someone else's pride and joy. And I will have to listen to what they want me to do and do things exactly as they want me to do it. So if I don't give myself 100% of myself, I'm not helping anybody here. And it doesn't matter how many podcasts I do, and it doesn't matter how many people I network with and how many other people I help along the way. If I don't believe in me, then there's no point in building anything. I hope that makes sense. I hope it helps you today. Don't give up. Slow down if you must. Take a break if you must, but don't give up. And when you ask for help, be open to however it comes to you. It could be in the form of a conversation with somebody. It could be in the form of a pop-up on your feed, a paid ad that you've clicked past a couple times and you need it now. Signs come in all shapes and sizes. I hope you find what you're looking for. And until then, you do have me and this podcast. I'll catch you soon.